Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. So I am away. I'm not in the UK. Can everyone hear me? Because it's a bit echoey. Can everyone hear me all right so it's not echoing? And first of all, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I hope that you all had a wonderful time and made your resolutions. Well, actually, it's not that you have to make resolutions. It's kind of like goals and things that you kind of want to work towards. I had quite an eventful New Year. I haven't had one of those in quite a long time. So yeah, I was really I really enjoyed that. But how is everyone doing? It's been a while. It has been a while. And today, where I am, obviously, I'm not in the UK, so the time difference, oh my goodness, it's so late. And I am really hoping that the tech is working all right. And because nothing has gone wrong yet, but I really hope that my battery on my laptop lasts, because you know what, I had to change the plugs, obviously, the plug things. So I've only got two. So the two are for the lights. And if the laptop battery goes, that's it, my friends. Anyway, hello to Eric. I hope that you're all right. Yeah, it's a late show. It's the late show. Do you know in the UK that actually used to be called the Late Show? And it used to be this guy, he used to have all of these people on and he'd interview different people. I think that's what I need to start doing, is actually having different people on. That's what I need to do. I think interview that, yeah, for sure. Leave it with me. It's something that I'm going to, I think that's something that I will put some more thought into it. So yes, so how is everyone doing? Danielle, we've got Danielle in the house. It will all work out. Happy New Year, beautiful. Oh, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. Oh, bless you guys. Did everyone have a good New Year? How did everyone spend the holidays and the New Year? How was it? I'm in Greece at the moment, so I traveled here to spend it with my friend, well, a few of my friends. So that was really lovely. But I've also escaped the UK cold weather, because literally I spoke to some of my friends today over in the UK, and they're like, Anoushka, it has been snowing. It is so cold. And I'm sitting here in a t-shirt. Well, not right now, but I was sitting here in a t-shirt earlier on today, obviously because the sun was shining. And I was thinking, do you know what? I'm so happy I'm not there. I don't know what it is with me, but I cannot stand the cold. It's just, you know. F Young, hello from Amsterdam. Oh yeah, guys, where are you from? Where are you watching from? Please do put it in the chat, because that would be amazing. We've got One of a Kind. We've got Steve. Hello. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm really glad that it's helped. Steve in the southeast, it's in the cold, -1. This is what I mean, my friends. This is what I mean. I'm like, oh my God. Can I just ask, can you guys hear me? If the microphone is there, can you guys still hear me? Because it's it sounds to me like it's really echoing where I am. Mia Ann said I had a breakup with a narcissist. Okay, brilliant. Thank you, One of a Kind. I really want to break the no contact. I can't resist. What should I do? Oh, Mia, I'm so sorry that you're going through this, but listen, do you know what? You've done the right thing. For sure, you have done the right thing, because you're not going to stay in a toxic situation. Okay, you're not going to stay in a toxic situation, and the no contacts is saving you, my friend, is actually saving you. So I know it's really hard, but this is where you have to distract. Ultimately, right at the beginning of these situations that we're going through, it really has to be all about distraction. Okay, because the more that you think about it, the more that you think about them, it's going to make you want to reach out. And that's what we don't want to happen, isn't it? We don't want you to reach out. We don't want you to go back and all your thoughts and everything is consumed with them. But really, this is about staying strong, and also about distraction at the moment. If you're wanting to message them, maybe message your friend or someone that, you trust. That's ultimately what I wanted to say. Someone that you want to trust. So I know it's difficult right now, but this will pass, I promise. I hope that helps. No, they will never change. They will never change. They will always stay the same. And I promise you, out of all the years that I have been doing this, there has never been just one successful relationship, toxic or narcissistic relationship. It always ends and they never change. They are always the same because they don't work on themselves. So no, there's not going to be any change, and you've definitely done the right thing for sure. Oh, Dr. Mani, hello. Doing great. You're in Greece and I'm Cooper, Morocco. Oh, you're in Morocco. Our book, the one you wrote the intro for, just won a international award. Oh my God. Congratulations, Dr. Mani. That's amazing. That really is amazing. On top of our 2 other awards, we won the Hope PYX Global. Oh my God. That is amazing. I'm so happy. Yes, I am in Greece at the moment. I'm in Athens. Oh, wow. That is just so cool. Congratulations, Dr. Mani. Guys, if you want to purchase any Dr. Mani's books, they're written all about narcissistic abuse to help you to get through this. So what I would say to you is, if you're interested, the link is in the description box. So do check it out because Mani has written amazing books. So please do check her work out. She is very experienced in this and literally a pioneer in this work for sure. So thank you for joining, Dr. Mani. Hope PYX Global is a worldwide organization to support victims of domestic abuse, including narcissistic abuse, as well as sexual assault, human trafficking. Well, thank you so much, Mani, but it's congratulations to you too, my friend. Oh, bless you. That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, congratulations to you too. What a way to start the new year, my friends. Hey. So we've got Oxford in the house as well. Hello, all the way from Boston. One of a kind says, so they don't treat the new supply better. No. It might look like that because it's right at the beginning and it's a new thing and that person doesn't know what the narcissist is like. Of course they don't. So at the end of the day, of course they're going to be treating them like that because they don't know what they're getting themselves in for, right? But eventually they will. Thank you, Sweepstakes. Thank you, my dear. We've got Cyprus in the house with Divine Star. We've got Chris in the Ukraine. Hello, guys. Hello to you too. And Happy New Year to you too, Eric. We've got Yang as well, who decided to join us. Hello, mate. EFG says, would you say people with BPD are narcissists? It looks almost identical. Do you know what? Like, I've been asked this question quite a few times, okay? And I would say that there are huge similarities, for sure. There's huge similarities between BPD and narcissism. Ultimately, what you've got to look at is that this is a personality disorder, okay? So there are going to be overlaps in the traits, in the personality traits, for sure there is. So what I would say to you is, yeah, there are similarities and there's going to be overlap, and there are going to be differences as well, because look, I mean, how do we work with a personality disorder? Like, all of us have got a personality, you know, and how do you define one that is dysfunctional, one that's not? And it's all to do with ego, isn't it, my friends? It's all to do with ego. So if someone has a dysfunctional ego, literally that's what it means when they have a personality disorder. We've got Vladimir in the house. Hello. Thank you for joining. How to deal with manipulation. Oh, okay. So manipulation is challenging because you don't always see it. You don't always know that is actually happening to you, you know? So it's something that is done personally to you, because it means that person is trying to change or manipulate the way that you see things, the way that you are hearing things, the way that you are doing things. So ultimately, when you know something isn't right and this person is trying to say that it is, or they're doing something in that way, then I would say to you, What you need to be aware of is your gut, because your gut instinct is always going to say to you that something's not right, something's not working out. I also would say to you to be vigilant on how that person is making you feel, like what kind of a reaction your body is having, because that also is really important too. But how to deal with manipulation? Ultimately, you've got to cut that supply off. You've got to cut that person off, because there's no point trying to explain it, because that person's never going to realize, and they're never going to change, because their manipulation gets them what they want. So that's what they kind of do all the time. We got Pamela from Uganda. Wow. So you guys are literally from all over the world. Like, I know that I say this all the time, but like, to me, it's still amazing. Like, all of you are here, you know. We've got Morocco, we've got Dr. Mani in Morocco, we've got Uganda, we've got Ukraine, we've got the States. This is just, we've got the UK as well. We've got the cold freezing UK. My friends, I'm not rubbing it in because I know it's so cold over there right now. But I'm really grateful for all of your time. So today, my friends, we got Qatar. We got Qatar, yes. Oh, and we got Chris from Australia. Oh my gosh, good day. Good day, mate. Sorry, just reminded me, like, I used to have a Australian friend, and he used to say, not the shrimp on the barbie, he used to say, I've got my flippy floppies on. And I know I haven't said that right. Like, my accents are not good, right? I'm just going to stop now, okay? So there's 56 of you here. Please do smash that like button. Thank you so much. And thank you, all of you, from being here. Literally, I'm so grateful for every single one of you. So today, and we got 11:11 here in Greece. 11:11. Yang, are you on it, mate? So today we are talking about attachment styles and narcissists. Okay, we're going to be talking about briefly about the theory, the attachment theory, and narcissism. We're going to talk about what attachment styles are, because I think, like, when we understand what they are, then we can understand why these types of individuals have been so drawn to us. We're going to look at why narcissists target specific attachment styles or types. We're also going to look at tips for healing and breaking this cycle. But ultimately, this is about knowing what your attachment style is. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, one of a kind. You're welcome. This is about knowing what your attachment style is. Okay. Because when you're aware, then it makes it so much easier for you then to understand why this has happened, why this person is attached onto you, or why you are drawn to specific types of people. You know, like, this answers a lot of questions. Okay, this answers a lot of questions for us. Okay. It's so late here today, and I've literally had such a packed day, I've got to say. So I'm just going to take 2 moments to sip this. I've got chamomile tea. Is anyone else drinking tea? So it's cooled down a bit. Okay. So we're going to talk about understanding attachment styles. Okay. So there are 4, if I remember correctly from psychology, there are 4 attachment styles. Okay. So, and I'm just going to try and remember these. All right. So we've got the anxious, preoccupied. So that's all about the fear of abandonment. They're craving intimacy. And this person has a lot of hypervigilance to rejection. So they can't stand rejection. Okay. And they really want to be in a relationship, and they're really scared of being abandoned. They're really scared of that person pushing them away, or being rejected or abandoned. The next one on the list is the avoidant dismissive. So this person finds it really difficult or they find it really challenging or discomforting with being close to someone. They are usually individuals who are hyper independent, and they basically suppress all of their emotions. Does that sound similar to someone that we all know? Then we've got the secure, and that is the most healthiest out of all. There's a healthy balance of closeness and independence. So this person doesn't mind being alone, but they also find it equally as comforting as being in a relationship. Okay. And then the last one is the fearful avoidant. And this one is characterized as disorganized. So there is a lot of conflict between craving intimacy, but also fearing it. So this is also really important, like understanding what the different types of attachments that they are. Which one do you think that you are? A lot of us, because we have been attracted to narcissists or had narcissists in our life, are usually anxious, the anxious type. Thank you. Yes, please do hit the like button. There's 56 of you here right now. Please do hit the like button because this will really help, with the algorithm to get the information out there. Okay, so how do attachment styles develop? Okay, so attachment styles develop during childhood. Okay, that's where we learn how to bond, how to attach onto another person, because those examples are shown from our parents or our caregivers. Yeah, like me, I know a lot of us are anxious attachment, which is why we go hand in hand really great with the narcissist who is an avoidant or a dismissive or both. Okay, and so that's why it is an attachment style, or it's attachment duo that literally they work, but they don't work, if that makes sense. Another term for it is narcissist and empath. But you see, that's the thing. It's a really unhealthy, it's a really toxic mix, because actually it's quite damaging. And also, you know, this type of individual, or this type, like, as you know, this type of individual, like the narcissist, they're never going to be able to satisfy your needs. You're always going to stay in this perpetual cycle of fear, of feeling insecure, in fear, feeling anxious, not knowing what's going on. Well, as you know, like, because we've all been in that situation. So we're never going to be able to get past it. And the narcissist, who is a dismissive, is never going to be able to. Oh no, the chat breaking up. I'm so sorry. We're never going to be able to ever be in like this harmonious relationship, but they are also never going to be able to. So like, you guys ask me, oh, are they going to change? Is it going to be different? No, it's not going to be different with anybody, because they are an avoidant dismissive, which they have discomfort with being close with someone. They prefer to be hyper independent. But you see, that also, you're probably thinking, well, that goes against what, like what you have been told or what you know. But the thing is, they don't even want to be in a relationship because they find that suffocating, but they also want to be independent too. And there's a lot of emotional suppression that happens here as well. And there's this constant conflict between craving intimacy, but also fearing it. So the role of your attachment style really just starts off in childhood. Okay. And a lot of our attachment styles, like, obviously, as time goes on, we learn a lot of this from our parents or our caregivers. And there may be, unfortunately, there might be some trauma or something, it's some those kind of experiences in our childhood that also prevents us from actually becoming self-actualized or understanding these developmental styles. But for a narcissist, a lot of this is about trauma. It's about neglect. It's about inconsistent parenting and shaping this insecure attachment that they have. So a lot of it, whatever they have done to you, whatever you have experienced, you know, with your relationship with them, okay, is what they have experienced in childhood. They themselves have gone through that. So all they're doing is just showing you what they have gone through. And and That isn't going to change. They're doing that because they don't know any other way to be. This is them, and that's it. This is what they do. This is how they know how to interact with other individuals. So I really wanted to spend this part really looking at the attachment styles, like narcissism and their attachment styles. So a lot of that, okay, a lot of what's going on here is narcissists are predators. They're very predatory, okay? So you've got to understand on some level, right, is that you had been hunted, so to speak. They have this inborn predatory nature. They lack empathy. They have this grandiosity, this entitlement that they feel that they actually are owed this. They also have a need for control, validation, and admiration. And they seek this from you. They want this from you. They want you to just give them what it is that they want. Okay. And if you're an anxious or a healthy person, can everyone hear and see me all right? Sorry, because I'm just reading the comments here. Mia says, are all narcissists avoidance? Yeah, I would say that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, brilliant. Are all narcissists avoidant? Yeah, like I would say that all narcissists are mostly avoidant. Because if you're thinking about it, right, thanks guys, thank you guys. Because when you're thinking about it, someone like they're avoiding their feelings, they're avoiding being intimate, they're avoiding connection because they don't have that connection to themselves. You see, they are unable to connect to anybody else. So if they can't do that for themselves, okay, they're not going to be able to connect to another person. If they're not connecting and understanding themselves, then how can they connect to another person? And I feel like when we understand about attachment styles, I think that really helps to explain why this person is this type of way. Like, why are they like this? Because I think a lot of us do struggle with the fact, like, why is the narcissist being like this? Why are they behaving like this? You know, are they going to move on and be happy in another relationship? Because I know, like, for a lot of us, that is still a fear. I know that, yeah, we should not think like that, but come on, we're humans, so we're always going to be thinking like, oh, they moved on, are they going to be happy? You know, am I the issue because they said that I was the issue? No, no, no. That's the thing. It's not. It's about them. Okay. You also got to understand that this is a person who is unable to connect to themselves, unable to connect or bond with you, but then they yeah, you're absolutely right, Optimus. They jump into another relationship, they get into another connection with someone, into another relationship, and they do this basically like all the time because they can't be on their own. They can't simply be on their own or work on themselves. You know why? Because that requires work, that requires self actualization, and they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that for somebody, or they're not going to do that for themselves. They don't care because at the end of the day, they're getting their needs met. So why would they need to change? And this is, in fact, what an avoidant would do. They suppress emotions. So they don't want to work on their emotions. They don't want to work on that. They don't want to do the kind of the therapeutic work that is required. You see, the thing is, you guys know as well as I do what it is like, because it does take time, it does take effort, and it takes a lot of emotion and a lot financially as well. So they're not going to put all of that effort into it, because also added to the fact, because of their entitlement, they're not going to see it that there is an issue with them. So they're not going to do that. And they don't feel anxiety the same way that me or you do. For them, it's more about dismissive, avoidance, suppression of emotions. So if you're someone that does that and you use that as like a coping mechanism, then do you know what? Kind of like ignorance makes life a little bit easier, but it doesn't, because they're stuck in this perpetual cycle doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. So, how is that a happy life? You're just existing. You're not really living. You're just existing, like in this life. So, I don't know. Like, a lot of people say, like, oh, it'd be so much easier to be a narcissist, to like not feel, to not know. But I mean, like, really listen to that statement. And I always say to people, like, really listen to what you're saying. You want to be stuck, in survival mode, like literally doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Like, seriously, you probably wouldn't, do you know? So why do certain attachment styles attract narcissists? So anxious, preoccupied. Okay, so if you're an anxious, preoccupied, you know, their need for approval and the fear of abandonment, um, if you are someone that is like that, and you're scared of being abandoned, you're scared of being rejected, that makes you more likely to tolerate toxic behavior. And there's something in psychology called fawning behavior. It's a trauma response. So it means that that person just accepts what is happening and normalizes it. And again, this is a trauma response because they're so scared that this person is going to abandon them and they're going to be left alone because they need the approval. If you are someone who is a fearful avoidant, your ambivalence makes you more susceptible to love bombing and devaluation because they mirror the push and pull dynamic of narcissists. So if you can be and also you can be a crossover, you can be an anxious avoidant as well. So when someone is being so lovely to you, when someone is giving you a lot of attention and putting you on the pedestal, okay, you also are susceptible to feeling devalued as well. So it's kind of like you accept that behavior. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. You might get into a fight with them as opposed to them, or they return. Yeah, and then you end up doing that behavior in order to please them, so they come back. Exactly that. So then that's what I'm saying. You mirror the push and pull dynamic. And this is why a lot of people talk about like twin flames and narcissists. This is all about the fearful avoidant, where the two of you will mirror the push and pull dynamic. So you'll accept it, but then you'll chase. And then the other person will run, but then when you don't chase, they will come back. It's this push and pull, basically this push and pull dynamic. The runner chaser, it's a really toxic dynamic. You then also have the avoidant dismissive. So narcissists may avoid these types of individuals due to their emotional unavailability. You see, this is the key here. Okay, a narcissist wants emotional availability, and if you starve the narcissist of the emotional availability, you make yourself not what's the word? You make yourself I hate it when this happens. I forget the words. Not valuable, unvaluable to the narcissist. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, you make yourself boring. And the narcissist won't seek you because you are not giving them what they want. And ultimately, the bottom line here is that the narcissist will want emotional availability. So when you're crying, when you're upset, they love that. They're going to make that, yes, devalued. Thank you, Purple Gaming. Thank you. they are going to crave it even more. So when you're not giving it to them, you are not a good supply. So they're not going to pursue you anymore, and they're not going to chase you or want to be around you. And also, if you're securely attached, again, typically this is less appealing to the narcissist, because these types of people enforce boundaries. So can you see boundaries and emotional unavailability? The narcissist doesn't like that. They don't want that. They're not going to go for it. So when you are in your fear, when you're scared of being rejected or abandoned, can you see, my friends? This makes you a target to a narcissist, because these are your triggers. These are your fears. This is why I always say in so many of my videos, so many of the lives, we have to work on our triggers. We have to work on those fears. No one is going to be abandoning you if you don't abandon yourself. If you become secure in yourself, you will put boundaries up, because you're not going to allow anyone to walk all over you. You're not going to allow someone to take advantage. But indeed, that's what the narcissist has done all the time. And they've got used to that. And this is where you have to change this. You have to change the way that you think about this. You have to change the way that you are in the world, the way that you interact with others, and the way that you think about yourself. Why should anyone be abandoning you when you're not abandoning yourself? It always starts with you first. So this is about really embodying that and understanding that toxic people want emotional validation, and they don't want you to tell them what to do or to have boundaries. They just want to be able to get away with it. And this is why there's always this cycle of love bombing, devaluation, and discard. Okay, it's just going to go around in that cycle, and it's never going to change, because you know what? Because we just accept it. All right, that's why. Guys, if you are here watching and you're not on the chat, that's absolutely fine. Please do press the like button, the thumbs up button, like button, you know what I mean. Okay, and so what happens, and I did a video all about this, or is it a short? I'm not sure now. And this is all about intermittent reinforcement. This is where the trauma bond starts. This is where the cognitive dissonance continues. Okay. So when you don't have boundaries and you are giving yourself up to this person, what you're doing is you're causing this trauma bond to ingrain itself deeper. You then have cognitive dissonance, because you're trying to work this out in your mind, like, why is this happening? What's going on? You know, and also because they are so nice to you sometimes, and then they take it away, and then they're really nice. No one should be doing that. Only toxic people do that. You're not one person and then another person. You're not two or three people or personalities in one person. Someone should show consistency. If someone is interested in you and loves you, they show consistency. Okay. And when they don't, that means that there's something not quite right here. Okay. And that's how you know. Yes, you're right, Purple Gaming. It's abuse for sure. You know, so thank you so much. This is why love bombing, particularly for the anxious preoccupied or the fearful avoidant, will really work. Even though they're fearful, they're avoidant, they're anxious, when someone is love bombing you, when someone's giving you lots of attention, they're going to love it. They're going to thrive. But what they don't realize is that this is short-lived and is going to get taken away from them. Then you're going to get the devaluation and the discard. So in actual fact, what is happening, the abuse is continuing. And it makes it very challenging, because then you always think that people are like this, when in actual fact toxic people are like this. And that is the reason for it. One of a kind, why are you struggling mentally? Do you want to share it here in the chat? Maybe we can work this out. Danielle says, before leaving my 37-year relationship, bless you, that's a long time. The last 3 years got really bad because I was looking into narcissism, and he started to lose control of me. The drunk night fights were so horrible. Yeah, like I can imagine. Because now you were getting stronger, you were understanding what was going on, you could see the abuse for what it was. And so you're moving forward, and this is where you were elevating. All right, you were elevating and he didn't like it. So that is why he didn't like it, because he was losing control of you, for sure. And this is a real issue for them. It's all about um having that control over you, being able to manipulate you, being able to decide how, when, what with you. And that's not fair. So I'm really glad that you were able to break free and get out of this. Tylon says, how do I get over my narcissist boss I fell in love with and moved me in with her? Do I, or should I try switching work buildings? Oh, bless you, Tylon. That's going to be a tough one. If you can, yes. You're going to see this person every single day. It's going to be a reminder. The job or the work, or go somewhere else to another company, I probably would suggest that. I probably would say that that would be the best thing. And I'm really sorry, Tylon, that this is happening to you. I really am. I am Miss Kai. When does a narc get their karma? Good question. I actually did a short about it and I posted it earlier today. And it's all about karma. And this is what I said in that short. I said that when you are someone that is giving out negative energy, bad energy to someone, the law of the universe, okay, there is no way that you're not going to get that energy back. So when does a narcissist, it's not a matter of when or if, it's going to happen. And it's going to happen soon, because this isn't something that you can avoid. They will get their karma. There is no way that you can carry on being in this life like this, okay, hurting people, being nasty to people, and then you think they're going to get away with it. No. It's the law of the universe. They get it. They get it, for sure. Coercive control, for sure. Optimus says, a narcissist will provoke you when they want to leave you. So this is all about reactive abuse. They will do that. They will do that a lot. Yes, because this is reactive abuse and this is going into the discard. So when they're trying to discard you, what you've got to remember, that what they're doing is they're trying, in their mind, all right, they're creating scenarios. Okay? They're creating excuses on why they should leave you, on why they shouldn't be with you. All right. So I would say, yes, they would start provoking you, but that's all about reactive abuse. So be aware of that. LTTF, my loved one hasn't been near us in years. Christmas Day, we had a lovely family day while my sister and narc husband sat in an alcohol and cocaine binge and ruined a good friend's day, worrying her sick. Oh, gosh. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. And sometimes it's really hard, okay, when you know that someone is self-sabotaging or being like this. Sometimes it's really hard to just accept that and allow them to just be. But you know, LTTF, I know it's really heartbreaking to watch, but you're not going to be able to change it. If they're in that mindset of, taking substances and drinking alcohol, and I know this is really hard because I have worked in addictions. And I've also had friends who experience this as well, alcohol and cocaine. Yeah, it's rife in London, very rife. You can't, when that person is in a certain mindset, you can't change it. And I'm not saying that you have to accept it, but it's more about the person self-sabotaging. So they're obviously going through something, and this seems to be their best way of escape. And I know that it's very difficult because it was Christmas and it's time and it's a family day, and it's really like it's supposed to be about togetherness. But what I will say is at some point, this will stop because this can't carry on. Okay. I really hope that helps. And I know it's not really an answer or it provides any solace. And I'm sorry. But with substances and alcohol, there is, I'm not saying that you've just got to leave that person into doing what they're doing. Absolutely not. But it's about finding a way forward. It's not about trying to educate them how bad it is because they know how bad it is. But it's about more about what they are trying to escape from. That's what I'm trying to say. So I do hope that helps. Mia Anna says, do they know that they are hurting us? My ex always said he doesn't hurt. He does. She said she doesn't hurt anymore. She is very kind, but treated me like, and they are doing this intentionally. Um, yeah, yeah, they do know what they're doing. They do know that they're hurting you. And if they obviously that's a projection saying that no, I don't hurt you anymore. They are doing this intentionally because look, at the end of the day, you can't just go on in life, okay, and not see what you're doing. Of course you can see. They do know what they are doing. So yes, it is done intentionally to get a specific outcome. And this is why I'm saying with these attachment styles, going back to that, okay, when you know what attachment style you are, so if you're an avoidant, if you're an anxiously or fearful attachment, you know, you're going to put up with you're not going to put boundaries. You're going to put up with the behavior. You're going to normalize this toxic behavior. And this is where you've got to step outside of it and realize that actually, do you know what? This isn't right. So, you know, Mir, you've left for a reason. You've gone. This person isn't changing. And yes, they know what they are doing is intentional. Okay. They are doing this because they want to keep you stuck. They're also trying to test you to see whether you are going to take this any longer. They are chances. They do things by chance to see. You know, they push boundaries all the time. So this is where you've got to just think of it for yourself and think, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, I'm not going to have someone treat me so badly. Like, I'm not, you know, on this earth to be somebody's emotional slave, for goodness sake. I'm not here for that. Like, I am a human being. I have rights. Okay. And I want to live my life. So this is where you have to make that stand. You have to make that promise to yourself that actually, you know, you have to put yourself first. Because I tell you something, if you're not going to do it, no one's going to do it for you. And I know that's really harsh what I'm saying, but if you're not going to do this for yourself, then no one will stick up for you. And unfortunately, that's the way it is in this life. Can't believe I missed the beginning, meaning to jump on it. Don't worry, Jim. You're here now. It's okay. You're here now. Opus says, and I'm questioning myself now. That's what she's ever going to change. And all she told me was a lie. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, she's not going to change. These people don't change. Okay, because they suppress their emotions. They're not changing. They're going to be like this all the time. Doesn't matter whether a new person comes in or an old person comes in, they are going to be like this. And this is who they are, period. That's it. Not that, I don't know. Thank you, LTTF. I appreciate your kind words. Thank you. Thank you. Stephen says, surely they must realize their behavior is not normal. And that's a really interesting comment because, yes, do you know what they actually do? But a lot of them, which I have worked with, a lot of them actually say that they feel that they have autism or bipolar. A lot of them get misdiagnosed with bipolar. Isn't it funny? Like they know something is wrong, but a lot of the times they say, oh, I think I'm autistic or I've got bipolar. I mean, who wants to admit that they've got a personality disorder? No one is going to be admitting that because they actually like it's kind of like it's kind of like a harsh diagnosis, right? To have a personality disorder. And the word disorder as well is in that diagnosis. Do you know what I mean? Bipolar is like, oh, okay, like it's a bit more acceptable. Autism is like, oh, okay, it's a bit more acceptable. But you've got disorder in your diagnosis. Who wants to be diagnosed with that? Who wants to have that label? Do you know what I mean? So a lot of them are misdiagnosed, and yeah, they know, they know, they know. Oh, thank you, Eric. Yeah, that's right, Yang. If they'll always say, "Oh, I did that because," there's always a reason for it. Like, oh my God, the excuses just keep on coming. Just keep on coming. Listen, we've got like over 100 of you here. Please do press the like button, only if you want to. Like, I would be very grateful if you did, for sure. Christina, my ex was diagnosed bipolar, and the meds made her mask fall off and stay off. It was scary. That's right. This is what I'm saying, Christina. This is what I'm saying. You see, they get diagnosed with that. But how can bipolar, which is an extreme form of depression, okay, be a personality disorder? It's not the same thing. Autism, okay, autism. The only similarity is I don't know too much. I only worked like briefly with autistic individuals, but all I know, okay, from my own experience of working with autistic individuals, is that their emotions are all over the place. They don't really know how to express them in a very they don't know how to express them, period. They don't know. So narcissism and autism, not the same thing. We're talking about a severe personality disorder. That's what we're talking about here. Okay, narcissism is not cannot be another mental health condition. It's a personality disorder. It's a dysfunctional ego. It's got problems with interpersonal relationships. It stems from trauma. Autism doesn't. Autism is generally hereditary. Narcissism, personality disorders are not. Neither is bipolar. Bipolar is not hereditary. So it is all learnt behavior. Whilst there are similarities and there are overlaps with different mental health conditions, one cannot be the other. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how do I describe it? Bear with me because I was going to come up with a weird analogy now. It's late and my mind is only half working today. And that's the truth, my friends. That's the truth. It's only half working, but we're okay. We're okay. I've been doing a lot of content creating this today. That's why. So it's like having a cold. Okay, it's like literally having a cold. Let's even say fever. Let's say, my friends, you have fever. And it's like when you have fever, someone else trying to tell you that it's the same thing as having bronchitis. It's not the same thing. Physiologically, it's not the same thing. Mentally, psychologically, it's not the same thing. So it's funny that they do that, isn't it? It's funny that they try and mask it because, like I said, who wants to be diagnosed? Who wants to have? Oh, Danielle, I've worked with one with autism 28 years and they are not the same. Autism is a neurological disorder. Thank you, Danielle. Yes, you are right. It is. It is. This is what I'm saying. Like the two are not. You can't fix stupid and insane. Stop blaming yourself and move on. Bruno, I love Yes. And yes, exactly. This is what I've been trying to say for years. Just leave them in the dust. Move forward with your life. You're not the same as them. Do you know what I mean? You're not the same. Bob, thank you. 5 years no contact and her supply reaching out to me. So she's finally done it. Finally done it. What happened, Bob? What happened? Was like what was said? And it's really nice to hear from you, Bob. I hope that you're doing well. Yes, Bob is here. Yes, Yang and his pizza. Yang, are you not eating any pizza, mate? No, he's training now, so no pizza. Yeah, this is he's training now. He got new football shoes, didn't you? Yang, when did you get them? You got them about 2 or 3 weeks ago, didn't you? Your football boots. So Yang is now running around on the field. So he's no more pizzas. Although I've got to say, they're pies and everything here. The food's absolutely, absolutely lovely, and it's fresh and everything's huge. Like in the UK, everything's really tiny, like tiny tomatoes. Tomatoes here are like the size of my head, or the avocados, literally. Like it's just amazing. LTTF says, I was getting texts from the narc Christmas Day saying my sister was going through a breakdown, same way as her mum did. And she was thinking about putting her name on the mortgage, but needed 115K. Oh, I bet they pulled out because they didn't have enough money. I was getting texts from the narc Christmas Day. My sister was going through a breakdown. What a liar. Been married for 7 years. Lot of LOL, the guy's delusional. Yeah, it looks like it. Absolutely. I'm just reading through your comments, guys. Sorry, because like when I talk, I just think to myself, like, I can't really like talk with you guys or connect with you guys. Pat says, my narc ex hasn't responded to any form of communication in 7 months. Is the nightmare over? Possibly 7 months. You'll probably still hear from them. They're not done with you yet. How do I know, you're going to say? I'm quite an intuitive person. And sometimes, you just get a feeling for it. Those of you that have worked with me will know that I am quite intuitive, and I kind of get like a feeling for it. I don't know. I think, Pat, be aware. Be aware. It's not about time. It's not about time. It's just, when you just get a feeling. I just don't know. I feel. Yeah, Christina says, no, buckle up. They wait, they know patterns. Keep getting the info and stay on the guard. Yes, you're right, Christina. Should I absolutely block them on everything? Pat says. No. Because then that is a behavior, that is a reaction. If you haven't done it yet or haven't done it at all, don't do it. Just leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Okay, leave it for the time being. Just nothing, so that they can't or understand or sense where or what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, don't. And just on time, I've literally got to talk about red flags and breaking the cycle. Okay, so red flags in relationships. This is it. It's about how attachment insecurities are exploited by narcissists. So narcissists get to know who you are. They know you, they read your facial expressions, your body language, okay? And so they tap into your triggers. They know what makes you tick and what doesn't. They ask specific questions to try and get to figure out what you are like, what's going on for you. All right. This is why they gaslight. This is why they triangulate, blame shift, and they mirror you. Those 4 things are deadly because gaslighting, lying to your face, changing your perception of reality. I mean, again, I always say this, but who does that? Like, seriously, who does these sort of things? So this is someone who has tapped in and understood that you can be easily swayed or you will believe them. I mean, why wouldn't you believe them? They're the person that you love. They're the person that you're with. Why wouldn't you believe them? They will triangulate. They'll bring another person into the mix saying, oh, well, you know what it is. This person is like this. They really like me. They want me. And they'll try and get you to believe that the other person is on their side, to make you feel jealous or inadequate. They will blame shift. So they will shift the blame onto you and say everything is your fault. And they will basically copy you. They will say that they will do everything that you're doing, which is a very weird thing. Like, why would you do that? Like, we used to do that in high school. But anyway, they do. So the point I'm trying to make is they attach onto your insecurities, onto your triggers, and they use them against you. So because we are fearful of losing them, we are fearful of being abandoned. We're scared that we are going to be left on our own. All of this taps into our insecurities, and they know this. Okay, we are craving the intimacy. You know, we want the emotional closeness. But what they do is they know that, and then they use that against you. And what they do is they emotionally invalidate you. Okay, one of those things is the future faking. What they do is they create a fake future, or say that something is going to happen when it's not, and create this illusion that you two are going to be together forever. They're going to idealize you and make you believe that you're amazing, and that they feel like this, and they've always felt like this about you. And of course, we crave this, we want this. Like, do you know, I always say this to people, like, imagine explaining this to people. And how can you explain future faking? How can you explain when someone idealizes you and then like literally drops you? How do you say that? Because people would say, "Oh no, you're overdoing it. You're over embellishing it. It's not like that." You know, no one understands it unless you have been in these types of situations or scenarios. No one understands how damaging, you know, the idealization, or the future faking, or emotional suppression, or devaluation is. It is so particular, so intricate, and so devastating. That's what I would say. It's so devastating when someone does this. Danielle says, I had to block my ex after leaving the 37-year relationship. I had to go no contact and leave my 2 dogs. Oh, bless you. It was taking a bigger toll on me. Yeah. Bless you. It's hard. And you're right, JB360. It messes up the mind. It's horrible. It does mess with the mind. Pat says to play it safe. She is blocked on everything. Okay, Pat. Leave it as that. Leave it as that. Don't change anything. Don't unblock. But that's the thing. That's the thing, my friends. It's so debilitating. And because those are our triggers and they're using us again, we want to feel loved. We want to feel secure. We want to feel like that person cares about us and that they want the best for us. And then they twist it. They gaslight you, and then they future fake. Like, yeah. How nice of them, right? How nice of them. And this is where we lose the ability to be able to trust others, the ability to be able to, trust and be connected in relationships going forward. So ultimately, it's really, really challenging. Oh my gosh, is that the time? I didn't realize that it's the time. That's gone really quickly. I've been enjoying myself. Jim says, I can't understand. I've lost the luxury house. Everything had built for the family, the dogs, the cats, money, friends. Friends couldn't go back to my house because of the restraining order. And then she invites people. Jim, my friend, I'm so sorry. And then he says, I can't understand, as she played the victim and is the victim, but she moved on to somebody straight away. And I'm heartbroken and can't realize and only can realize all the red flags after 10 years together. Jim, I'm so sorry to hear that, my friend. I really am. But that just shows who she is and what she is. How can you do that? How can you do that? Like, that was your home together. And she's just taken that. and she's moved in someone else because she can't be on her own. So ultimately, this is very toxic behavior, and you couldn't go back because of this training order. And I know you can't. And what you have to understand, okay, what you have to understand is that this is her own instability, her own. What I'm trying to say is this is her behavior. She was always like this. She was never going to change. It was never going to be different. That was the crazy thing. She had the people around here, bumped into her new supply, and he messaged me telling me how much he loves her. He may think it's fast, but he'll look after my little boy. This will end, Jim. This will end. There is no way that this will continue in that way. Okay? It can't, because it's already built on lies. It's already built on destruction. That's fine. This guy doesn't know what he's getting himself in for, obviously. And she isn't going to change who she is. She's always going to be this person. No one who is healthy behaves in this way. So whilst you may have lost monetary, your house, all of these things, you know what? You have gained your sanity. You have gained your freedom. Because ultimately, what were you going to do, Jim? Stay in this relationship for another 5 to 10 years, knowing, you know, who she is, what she is? I've been meaning to talk to you for such a long time. It's been a crazy ride. I'm living with parents at 33 years old and can't get to see my little boy much. Bless you, Jim. That's okay. Whenever you can, you know, I'm here. It's okay. 33, you're still young enough to rebuild your life. Okay, honestly. And she can't keep your little boy from you. You know what? That is your flesh and blood. Okay, she can't keep him away from you. Because he is going to want to see you as well. All right. So don't think of this as it being over the end, like you will see your boy. But as far as it goes with her, well, unfortunately, now you've got to know that this is who she is. But the fortunate thing is now you can rebuild your life. Okay, go forward. Without the end of the relationship, I could never realize what other people say to me. Think of it. Think of it being 20 years. Bless you. Bless you. You know, Jim, I know you're. Oh, I've got my little boy in bed with me at the moment. He loves me to bits, and it's just hard when I don't see him every day and doesn't think that there's anything wrong with it. I know. Well, at least you've got him. At least you get to see him. And at least you can now rebuild your life, okay, and to have something that is more positive and healthier, okay, that is more healthier. And I know that you loved her and I know that you wanted this to work out, but the thing is, it's not on you. This is you were trying to love someone who is really unhealthy and someone who cannot attach and connect to you in a healthy way. So, you know what? Life is fluid. Life always goes forward. Life always changes. So don't think that this is the end. It's not. This is just the beginning. It's a new chapter for you, okay? So it's going to be all right, okay? It's going to be all right. Hope that helped. Chris says, what should I do when I inevitably run into a person I've grey rocked and blocked for a couple of years? Do you know what, Chris? Don't worry, just continue to grey rock, okay? Just continue to, if it means that you have to say, hi, how are you? Just do that and then just walk off. Do you know what? Sometimes what is a great idea is pretend that your phone rings and then just answer your phone and go, oh, hey, yeah, okay. I just got to go phone call. Do you know what I mean? Like that works. I say that to my clients quite a bit. Like just make an excuse why you need to go. Do you know what I mean? Like that would really work. But continue to grey rock them, even if you run into them, even if you see them. Don't always have to say hello. But again, don't be rude. You just gotta avoid. Just avoid. That's what I would say. Um, Siddhant says, sorry if I've said that wrong. Is there any declining pattern in the narcissist relationships in terms of time patterns? So all narcissists do follow a certain type of time pattern. So I have done a couple of videos on this. So they are up on the channel. But declining pattern, what do you mean by declining pattern in narcissistic relationships? There's always the value, devalue, and discard. It always, their relationships or the way that they are um always goes in a cycle, and it never changes. They never stray from that, so it always goes in a cycle. In terms of time patterns, and they will always love bomb, mirror. Once they've got you secured, then they will devalue you and put you down. That's ultimately what they do, like all the time. They don't change. Oh, you're welcome, Jim. I hope that has helped. Christina, turn around and kick rocks. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Danielle. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So healing and recovery. I'm just going to do this bit, and then I will be ending the live because like I'm literally nearly out of battery. Okay. So healing your attachment style. If you identify with the anxious, preoccupied, what I would say to you is you need to do a lot of self-soothing techniques. Something like mindfulness, acupuncture, grounding in nature. This is to calm your nervous system, because when we are anxious, our nervous system is overstimulated. Okay. So a lot of this is about soothing that. And once you get on top of that, or understand or are aware when you are anxious, having these certain techniques in place will really help you. Okay. And it's also what you need to do is develop boundaries as well. Okay. That's something that is a must. All right. Because you are so kind, you're so lovely. You cannot have people walk all over you. Okay. If you identify with being a fearful avoidant, you're going to need to do some sort of therapy to resolve trauma. And you will also need gradual exposure to healthy relationships. Because this is something you were not shown in your childhood, you will need to have this reintroduced into your life. And I know that's challenging, but it would really help you to understand how the dynamics of a healthy relationship work. If you identify with an avoidant dismissive, learning to express vulnerability in safe places or people that you trust will really help you. It doesn't help you to be avoidant and dismiss your emotions. That will not help you at all. But it's about being able to articulate it in a safe environment. This is also about rewiring your beliefs, okay? This is about challenging limiting beliefs like, I need someone to complete me. I need someone to be with me. You don't, okay? You are complete on your own. Someone that comes into your life, someone that is your partner, should be there with you, helping you or being with you. You basically essentially become a team. That's what it's about. Okay, this isn't about having someone there to complete you. You already are complete. You're already good enough. And this is about building self-worth through affirmations and through being compassionate to yourself. So having a narcissist-free future the importance of that is to stay no contact or grey rocking. I know that I just kind of said that earlier, but this is about literally ignoring, being boring, putting up boundaries. That's what you've got to do, because otherwise this person's going to keep coming for you all the time, every single time, because they know that they can get their needs met from you. They know that they don't have to do any work. They know that they don't have to be nice because they can get what they want from you. And this is also about developing secure attachment through healthy relationships. Okay, that is what is really going to help you. Okay, so this is about looking after yourself, putting yourself first, understanding what your triggers are, what your attachment styles are, and how you can heal that and give yourself what you didn't get in childhood, but you can do that for yourself now. All right. So, guys, I really hope that you have enjoyed this live stream and you have found it helpful, talking about why narcissists are attracted to certain individuals, looking at attachment styles. There is so much more that I could speak about on this topic because I really do find it very interesting. But maybe we could do a part 2 to this type of live. Guys, thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for your questions. I really hope that my answers have helped. I will be back, and so will Yang, next Tuesday for the live stream. I do have a video coming out. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. I do have video coming out tomorrow. And thank you, TJ. See you next time. Thank you. Guys, thank you, all of you. Oh, thank you, LTCF. You guys are so kind to me. Thank you. I really hope that you have a great week and keep yourself safe. Put those boundaries in place. Go no contact. Grey rock these people. Remember, you are so much more than that, okay? So, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. And sweepstakes, thank you so much too. Take care, everyone. Have a good week. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.